is the Hurricane Authority. Now you're local on the 8s.
Our local Doppler radar.
This is amazing. I mean, it's like somebody's sandblasting me right now.
Just north of where
I'm not even going to open my eyes.
And Jeff lost us out of that, but caught it.
But caught it.
Good job there. Welcome back into Weather Center. Earl is now passing by New England as a tropical storm, still packing a punch. We've got wind, heavy rain, and rough surf.
And keep it here all night long for the very latest. And, you know, Earl at this point is a tropical storm, 70-mile-per-hour winds, though, again, it's still, at least the edge of kind of what's left of the center is still about 80-plus miles off the coastline. So we're dealing with lesser numbers in the winds, at least on the coast itself. Eastern New England, as Kelly just mentioned, still a high surf. Locally, rainfall, 1 to 2 inches, a number of areas, even a little bit more in some spots, and gusty winds throughout the night.
And of course, we've been talking about Highway 12 being impacted by the overwash, and they hope to reopen that on Saturday morning beginning at 7 a.m. Well, as they say, the show must go on, and that's the case for many of you across the Northeast coast.
Yeah, and our Eric Fisher caught up with at least one couple that had to do some juggling, you know, to bring their wedding indoors, but at least at the end of the day, they still said their I do's, despite Earl.
Out here in Chatham, it's not nice, but it could have been worse, of course. We haven't had a landfalling hurricane since Hurricane Bob in '91, and it looks like that trend is going to continue as Earl starts to move its way out to sea. Now, wind gusts between 20, 40, even getting close to hurricane-force winds out on Nantucket. That's where the worst weather is found, but around here, we are expecting the chance for some power outages. A lot of people were stocking up. Hardware store ran out of flashlights. They ran out of kerosene for lamps and also out of batteries, so people were prepared, but they were also hunkering down. Most of the tourists are here, and we're heading into Labor Day weekend. Once Earl gets out to sea, we're looking at pretty nice weather for Saturday afternoon and off into Sunday as well. Now, a lot of people have plans on this big weekend, including a wedding that was right across the street from where we're located. Obviously, they didn't walk down the aisle on the nice lawn at the Chatham Bar's Inn. They had to change their plans a little bit.
We had a whirlwind romance, but maybe another hurricane just throws some, I don't know, some excitement to it. There is a strange excitement with the hurricane, so it's nice. It's added some extra excitement to the ceremony.
You know, they did have shelters available out here on Cape Cod. There were regional offices that were open, the Red Cross making those available to people. People did take advantage of some of those. They just wanted to feel safe, and certainly safe is better than sorry in this instance. So the bottom line is, could have been much worse out here at Cape Cod, but we have seen a nasty storm, and people did play it safe, and it looks like we'll avoid some major damage out here. Back to you.
All right, certainly some good news there. While people in New England are still waiting to see what kind of damage will be left behind, folks in North Carolina, they got to look at it this morning.
And at least one of the crews working for Wavy TV at the scene in Nags Head.
The remnants of Hurricane Earl's wrath came in the way of waves and wind. In South Nags Head, water crashed against homes already condemned from other storms. Earl was no different, unrelenting in the overnight hours. In Manteo, fierce winds raged on and off all night. It caused some minor flooding and some debris. But in the light of day, with heavier rains and still gusting winds, trees bowed under the pressure. The teams were on the job even as the storm continued. You can see that some of the trees fell into live power lines. And across the causeway between Manteo and Nags Head, Earl's gust had no mercy on this gas station on South Virginia Dare Road. The awning was ripped apart, and pumps literally pulled from their stands.
All right, so indeed we did see some pretty impressive winds for a time.